Let's talk about the Audient iD4 Mark II, a really cute 2-in, 2-out interface. And that's actually what you're hearing right now is my SM57 microphone running into this Audient iD4 Mark II. And one of my favorite features of the Audient iD4 is how tiny and adorable this thing is. I actually really like the design for the most part. I have a couple qualms with it, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, you can plug a microphone into this thing. You can plug a guitar into this thing. It has really nice headphone outputs. And you can hear how good and how clean this microphone sounds going into the Audient iD4 Mark II. The build quality is really, really good. It just feels incredibly solid. I think even the rotary dials, like the knobs and stuff, are made from metal, I believe, or maybe plastic, I don't know, but the whole thing feels like it's made of metal and it feels kind of indestructible. It seems really durable. If I were to like take this to a gig and throw it around in a gig bag, or someone were to like sit on it or step on it or something, it would probably be okay. And I like the silver and black kind of vibe. Like it kind of looks like a space gray MacBook Pro or iPad Pro or something. So visually, I think this looks really nice on my desk. The big qualm that I talked about earlier that I have with the design though, is you can see around the dials here, they're like these little tick mark things. And one might think that these are some type of LED indicators in terms of your gain level for your microphone or guitar input. But no, these are not LEDs. These are just aesthetic tick marks, I guess. This is a very strange design decision, and the only LEDs you get are the meters up here, which look really nice and function pretty well overall, but not even the giant knob. Like when you turn this, you just see like an LED indicator, kind of your volume level in your headphones and your monitor out. But it really puzzles me why these little tick marks are not LEDs. It just seems like wasted space. It just seems like they put those in there just to make it look cool. I guess the tick marks are more like visual markers for how much gain you're turning up and down, which I get, but why not put LEDs in there? I think that would have made this look so much cooler and also give accurate monitor levels in terms of your gain. But I do love that this interfaces with USB-C into my MacBook Pro M1. So yeah, this was pretty much plug and play. I just plugged it right into my MacBook Pro, selected it as my input and output in the sound preferences, and it worked like a charm. And I was able to download the iD app, which is like the companion app for the iD4. I updated the firmware through that. It worked really well. When you first plug it in though, it does make this like clicking noise. Some people may like that. It sounds kind of like mechanical and techie or something, but like I wasn't too into it. Like every time I plug this in, I don't want to hear a clicking noise. It kind of sounds like there's something wrong with this. Another thing you'll notice is this ID button. So when you press this, you can actually turn the big knob on here. And if you're on like a parameter on your display, you can turn up and down volume of different levels in different apps and stuff. I tried this a little bit. You can even like scroll in Safari up and down in websites. I don't like that this big knob is kind of in little increments. It has little steps that kind of clicks into place, which is kind of nice. I like that clicking feedback, but it would have been nice to just have a smooth rotary knob on here instead of the kind of clickiness, so I can get really like micro detail in terms of my audio levels, my headphone out levels. But let's talk about the best part of the iD4 and probably the most important part of this machine, which is the sound quality. And you're hearing it right now. This preamp is pretty low noise. I'm going to shut up for a second so you can hear how quiet it is. It's pretty quiet, right? This SM57 is also a really good mic that I think competes with the SM7B as well in terms of audio quality. But the SM57 paired with the Audient iD4 Mark II, I think is a really awesome combination and not super expensive. Like I got this SM57 for $60 used, put on this $20 windscreen. The Audient iD4 Mark II, I got this one used for about $169. I'll leave links to buy this in the description below, which is kind of like the more budget level audio interface. But I think you get really clean inputs and outputs from this device, especially in these mic preamps, which is probably 90% of what I'd be doing with this audio interface anyway. I was able to work on my music in Ableton Live as well on the iD4 as my input-output device, and it works really well. You get 24-bit 96 kilohertz audio, which is crystal clear. And speaking of my music, check it out on Apple Music and Spotify by searching for Ben Aqua. I make weird electronic music. I highly appreciate all of your streams and support. The headphone jacks on the iD4 Mark II are also really, really clean. I do have to kind of crank the volume to about 50%, even for really easy to power headphones like the Audio Technica M50X that I'm using here. But the audio quality is again amazing on these headphone jacks, and it does have double headphone jacks, 3.5mm and 1/4 inch, so you can have two pairs of headphones running out of this little machine at the same time, but the volume, which is controlled by this big knob right here, will control all of your outputs at the same time, including, I believe, the monitor outs in the back and the headphone jack at the same volume. But the headphone jack, I think, sounds amazing with Apple Music lossless audio. But yeah, I'm not going to get super technical or in depth with the iD4. You're already hearing the audio quality. That's the main feature for me. I also really like the build quality on this machine. It's really tiny, kind of adorable, except those little tick marks just bother me that they're there. I want those to be lights so bad, and none of the iD4 Mark II or the iD14, the iD24, I think, none of them have metering going on or LEDs and these little tick marks. So I think that's kind of a miss, a visual miss. But overall, the sound quality is amazing. Build quality is amazing. The design is pretty good, not my favorite in the world, but at $200, you're getting insane audio quality and build quality. So I definitely would recommend the Audient iD4 Mark II if you just want really good build quality, 2 in, 2 out, simple, plug and play, really good mic preamps that are pretty clean. The headphone jack is really good. You do have to crank it a little bit, but it sounds amazing. And yeah, what do y'all think of the iD4 Mark II? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you're not subscribed already, you know what to do, and smash the like button down below. Hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.